When I was a kid, I was always looking for some ways to make money. And one of those opportunities came when I was 5 years old, and it was right under the Christmas tree. Santa had left me a potholder making kit. I was all excited. I decided I'm going to try to make these, and maybe I could sell them if they came out well. Some of you might remember it was a metal frame and a big bag of loops, and you'd put the loops across in one direction, and then you'd weave them through in the other direction, and then you'd tie the ends, and you'd have a potholder. It took about 15 minutes to make each one. And I looked at it and I said, people might buy these. I can sell these for 10 cents. So I spent the next several days making as many potholders as I could out of the loops in that bag. And I think I had about 10 or 12, and it really took several hours to make those. But now I was ready. I gathered them all up, went out my door, down a few houses, went up the stairs and rang that first doorbell. The lady came to the door and I said, "Hi, would you like to buy a potholder?" And she said, "Oh, honey, we don't really use potholders here. I'm sorry, I'm not interested." I said, "Well, okay, thank you." I wasn't discouraged. I went to the next door, rang that doorbell. Lady came to the door. I said, "Hi, would you like to buy a potholder? Only 10 cents." "Oh, honey," she said, "I'm sorry. We have so many potholders now. I just can't buy any more potholders. I'm not interested." Well, I wasn't quite discouraged yet. I went to the next door, but this time a man came to the door. And I asked him, "Did you want to buy a potholder for 10 cents? And he said, "No, kid, we don't want any potholders. Slam." Now I was getting a little discouraged. What was I going to do with all these potholders? I had this great idea, and no one wanted to buy these. Then I thought for a second. Maybe there's one house all the way at the other end of the block where I could unload all these potholders. So I ran down to the other end of the block, ran up the stairs, rang the doorbell, and as soon as she came to the door, I said, "Grandma, you just gotta buy these potholders," which she did. And that got me out of the potholder business. But in business, when you have a great idea that you think is going to work fantastic, always have a plan, an exit in case it doesn't work, because Grandma is not always going to be there to bail you out.